Wearing earphones, listening to refreshing songs while commuting, singing at karaoke for hours, being forced to learn musical instruments after school. Music seems everywhere. But have you wondered why we need music? What happens to our brains when we create, perform, and listen to music? And how does music shape who we are? This video provides the answers. So first, what is music? You might have learned about sound waves and stuff in your middle school physics lessons. Basically, it's just changes experienced by air molecules over time, but it's the human brain that interprets it as music. The vibrating air molecules hit the eardrum, which, through a group of tiny bones, transmits its vibrations to a structure called the cochlea. This is where the sound waves are converted into electrical signals, which can be recognized by brain cells or neurons. Neurons communicate via forming physical connections and sending electrical signals. They will receive the auditory information, carry it through a series of structures, and ultimately send it to a brain area called the auditory cortex. This is where our consciousness takes place, where sounds will be interpreted as music. What makes us like music? Well, neurons in our brains are born to enjoy music. From an evolutionary perspective, Charles Darwin suggested that music is a social instinct owned by human beings. Over 300,000 years ago, our ancestors started using flutes made by bones to create music. This facilitates social contact, therefore is beneficial for the entire human beings. Looking at our brains, what makes us like a piece of music is actually because music leads to the release of serotonin and dopamine, two key molecules that bring a sense of pleasure and satisfaction. This explains why you are sometimes so obsessed by a single song and replay it for so many times. Scientists suspect that there are certain genes that determine what types of music we like, but there's no definite answer. How does playing music shape who we are? In one study, scientists used fMRI scans to monitor jazz pianists' brain activity when they were told to improvise. They found that many areas of the brain are activated or deactivated. Notably, a few areas that were deactivated are normally responsible for goal-directed behaviors. This suggests that the inhibition of these areas allows us to do things outside the box and create something new. Also, performing music brings a lot of long-term effects on our brains. As we already know, neurons in the brain form connections to store information, or called memory. Learning to play musical instruments can promote the formation of these connections, and therefore improve our memories. Performing music has also been proved to improve our analytical thinking and motor skills, probably because it requires a fine control of our fingers while playing instruments or of our vocal cords when singing. Let's take playing the piano as an example. Certain parts of the brain are working hard, including the motor cortex, cerebellum, and basal ganglia, together helping you position your fingers at the right time in the right order. These brain areas are trained to be stronger and enhance your sensory motor intelligence. What seems most obvious is that music can influence our emotions and behaviors. This property of music has led to its use in modern medicine, where music has been part of the treatment for a range of diseases. For example, music therapies for cancer patients have been proved effective in reducing anxiety, depression, pain, and fatigue. To summarize, music brings changes to our brains, which explain its massive power in our daily lives. If you ever feel depressed or stressed, feel free to play some music or listening to music. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.